Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of reverse psychology. In 2024, knowing how to influence others has become more important than ever, whether it's in relationships, business, or just navigating everyday conversations. Reverse psychology isn't just about getting people to do what you want. It's a subtle art of influencing minds and shaping perceptions. In this video, I'll show you the science behind reverse psychology, why it works, and, most importantly, how to use it effectively. I'll be covering real-life examples and powerful techniques that you can start using right now to level up your social game. So, if you're ready to get inside people's heads and win the ultimate mind game, stick around. Let's get into it. Number 1. How to win the mind game. Reverse psychology strategies for 2024. In a world that constantly pushes us to take action, the concept of "don't do it" might seem counterproductive. However, there's significant power in choosing restraint over impulsive actions. The phrase "don't do it" encourages us to pause, reflect, and resist the urge to immediately respond to stimuli. This principle can be applied in numerous areas of life, from decision-making to self-discipline. Often, when we feel an immediate impulse, whether to react emotionally, make a hasty decision, or pursue instant gratification, it's in our best interest to stop and evaluate. This brief pause allows us to consider the consequences of our actions, weigh alternatives, and determine if the initial reaction is truly the best course forward. By embracing "don't do it," we create space to develop more thoughtful, intentional responses. For example, rather than reacting in anger during a heated conversation, holding back allows emotions to settle and enables a more constructive discussion later. Similarly, in the face of temptations like overspending or procrastinating, practicing "don't do it" builds discipline, preventing short-term desires from undermining long-term goals. This restraint can enhance self-control, making us less reactive and more resilient. Moreover, "don't do it" aligns with mindfulness practices, helping us break free from autopilot behavior and engage more meaningfully with our lives. It encourages us to be deliberate in our actions, fostering better decisions and healthier habits. In a fast-paced world, the power of "don't do it" reminds us that sometimes the best action is no action at all. By cultivating this mindset, we empower ourselves to live with greater purpose, control, and peace, making us less susceptible to the pressures of modern life. Number 2. Plant the seed of doubt. Plant the seed of doubt is a compelling psychological strategy often employed in various forms of communication, particularly in marketing, negotiation, and conflict resolution. This technique revolves around subtly introducing uncertainty or skepticism into someone's beliefs or decisions, creating an opportunity for change. By planting the seed of doubt, one can challenge preconceived notions and encourage critical thinking. In practice, this approach involves carefully crafted messaging that raises questions without outright confrontation. For instance, in a marketing context, a brand might highlight potential flaws in a competitor's product or service, prompting consumers to reconsider their loyalty. In negotiations, one party may introduce alternative viewpoints or scenarios that could make the opposing side question their position. This can lead to a reevaluation of priorities and ultimately result in more favorable outcomes for the instigator. However, planting the seed of doubt is a double-edged sword. While it can be an effective tool for persuasion, it also carries ethical implications. Misusing this technique can lead to manipulation and distrust, damaging relationships and reputations. The key lies in its execution. It should be employed responsibly, aiming for constructive dialogue rather than deceit. Ultimately, the seed of doubt can be a catalyst for innovation and growth, prompting individuals and organizations to challenge the status quo. By encouraging reflection and open-mindedness, it fosters an environment where new ideas can flourish. Thus, when wielded with care, the strategy of planting doubt not only empowers change, but also enriches discussions, leading to deeper understanding and more informed decisions. In a world where certainty is often sought, embracing uncertainty can be the first step towards progress. Number 3. Make the opposite suggestion. Making the opposite suggestion can be an effective strategy in discussions and problem-solving scenarios. This approach encourages critical thinking and helps individuals explore alternative perspectives that may not have been considered initially. By intentionally proposing an opposing idea, one can stimulate a deeper analysis of the original suggestion, prompting participants to defend their viewpoints more rigorously. For instance, in a team meeting where a project manager suggests adopting a new marketing strategy, an opposing suggestion could highlight the potential drawbacks of that approach, such as budget constraints or market saturation. This not only opens the floor for a constructive debate, but also enables the team to identify risks and weaknesses in their plans. When participants engage with opposing suggestions, they are more likely to uncover hidden assumptions and biases, leading to more robust and well-rounded decisions. Additionally, making the opposite suggestion can foster a culture of openness and innovation. In environments where dissenting opinions are welcomed, individuals feel empowered to share their ideas without fear of retribution. This leads to a more dynamic exchange of ideas and can inspire creative solutions that may have otherwise been overlooked. Moreover, this tactic can serve as a valuable tool for leadership. Leaders who model this behavior demonstrate the importance of flexibility and adaptability, encouraging their teams to embrace change and think critically. In essence, making the opposite suggestion is not just about contradicting others. It is about enriching discussions and pushing the boundaries of conventional thinking. By embracing this technique, individuals and teams can enhance their collaborative efforts, ultimately leading to more effective and innovative outcomes. Number 4. Appeal to the rebel. The concept of the appeal to the rebel serves as a potent rhetorical strategy, particularly effective in persuading an audience that identifies with nonconformity or challenges the status quo. At its core, this appeal taps into the innate desire for freedom and autonomy, positioning the speaker as an ally of the individual spirit that seeks to defy societal norms. By acknowledging the frustrations and disillusionments of the rebel, the speaker creates a connection, demonstrating an understanding of the struggles against oppression and conformity. This approach is often employed in marketing, social movements, and political discourse, where brands and leaders seek to resonate with a demographic that values individuality and self-expression. For instance, advertising campaigns that embrace rebellious imagery or messaging can captivate audiences who see themselves as trailblazers, urging them to reject mainstream ideals and embrace alternative lifestyles. Such strategies effectively evoke emotions of empowerment and liberation, encouraging consumers or followers to align themselves with a cause or product that embodies these values. Moreover, the appeal to the rebel can serve to galvanize collective action, as it highlights shared grievances and aspirations among those who feel marginalized or misunderstood. It transforms personal discontent into a collective identity, fostering a sense of belonging among rebels who unite under a common cause. By framing their message in a way that celebrates individuality, while also advocating for change, speakers or brands can inspire a passionate response, motivating their audience to take action, whether through purchasing decisions, activism, or social engagement. Ultimately, this appeal transcends mere persuasion, forging a deep emotional connection that resonates with the fundamental human longing for authenticity and agency. Number 5. Reverse the pressure. Reverse the pressure is an innovative approach designed to tackle the overwhelming stressors of modern life by shifting the narrative around pressure and expectations. In today's fast-paced world, individuals often feel the weight of societal demands, be it in the workplace, academia, or personal relationships. This initiative encourages people to not only acknowledge the pressures they face, but to actively reverse them by changing how they respond to these challenges. Instead of succumbing to external expectations, individuals are empowered to set their own standards, prioritize their well-being, and cultivate resilience. At the heart of Reverse the Pressure is the idea that pressure can be transformed into a positive force. This paradigm shift involves reframing stressful situations as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. For instance, rather than viewing deadlines as daunting obstacles, participants are encouraged to see them as chances to enhance time management skills and boost creativity. Through workshops, support groups, and mindfulness practices, individuals learn to embrace a proactive mindset, equipping them to navigate challenges with confidence and clarity. Moreover, Reverse the Pressure fosters a community of support, where participants share experiences and strategies for coping with stress. This collaborative environment not only alleviates feelings of isolation, but also promotes collective resilience. By reversing the narrative around pressure, individuals can reclaim their agency, redefine success on their terms, and prioritize mental health. Ultimately, Reverse the Pressure is not just a movement, it's a call to action, inspiring people to transform their relationship with pressure and cultivate a healthier, more balanced approach to life. In doing so, it paves the way for a future where individuals thrive in the face of adversity rather than being weighed down by it. Number 6. Downplay the benefits. Downplaying the benefits of a situation or product can serve various strategic purposes, often rooted in the desire to manage expectations or mitigate the potential for disillusionment. In marketing and communication, for instance, emphasizing the limitations or downsides of a product can help to balance consumer perceptions and create a more realistic understanding of what is being offered. This approach can be particularly effective in environments saturated with exaggerated claims and hyperbolic promises. By downplaying the benefits, companies can foster a sense of credibility and authenticity, appealing to consumers' rationality over their emotions. In a broader context, this tactic can also be seen in discussions around public policy or social issues. When advocates for change present their arguments, they may choose to downplay the benefits of proposed solutions to avoid overwhelming their audience with optimism. Instead, they might focus on potential pitfalls or challenges, thereby prompting a more cautious and critical examination of the issues at hand. This method can encourage a deeper dialogue about the complexities of a situation, rather than a simplistic binary of good versus bad. Moreover, downplaying benefits can also serve as a psychological strategy. By setting modest expectations, individuals or organizations can create an environment where positive outcomes are perceived as more significant and rewarding when they do occur. This can lead to increased satisfaction and a more resilient mindset, as people are less likely to feel let down when faced with disappointments. Ultimately, while it might seem counterintuitive, downplaying benefits can be a powerful tool for creating balance, encouraging thoughtful engagement, and fostering realistic perspectives in both consumer behavior and societal discussions. Number 7. Present it as not for everyone. In a world inundated with options, the notion that a product, service, or idea can be marketed as not for everyone is both intriguing and strategically advantageous. This approach creates an aura of exclusivity, prompting potential consumers to consider what makes it unique or desirable. By presenting something as tailored for a select group, brands tap into a psychological phenomenon known as the scarcity principle, where perceived rarity enhances value. This strategy compels individuals to reflect on their own identities and aspirations, often leading them to yearn for that elusive experience or product that feels specially curated for a niche audience. For instance, luxury brands often position themselves as not for everyone, emphasizing craftsmanship, heritage, and limited availability. This tactic not only justifies premium pricing but also builds a community around shared values among those who do possess the means to engage with the brand. By fostering an environment where belonging and exclusivity intertwine, brands can cultivate loyalty and passion, transforming customers into advocates. Moreover, marketing something as not for everyone can enhance its allure. It invites curiosity and conversation, igniting interest among those who might initially feel excluded. This intrigue can lead to a broader discussion about what it means to be part of a particular demographic or lifestyle, challenging norms and inspiring individuals to embrace their uniqueness. Ultimately, the message is clear. Exclusivity can be an enticing strategy, When consumers are led to believe that a product or experience is crafted for an elite few, they may be more inclined to pursue it, driven by a desire for distinction and the thrill of belonging to an exclusive circle. This narrative is powerful, revealing the intricate dynamics of desire and identity in consumer behavior. Number 8. Show indifference. Indifference is often perceived as a passive response to the events and people that shape our lives. It manifests as a lack of interest or concern, a disengagement from the emotions and experiences of others. This emotional detachment can be particularly striking in social and interpersonal contexts, where empathy and connection are vital for healthy relationships. When we show indifference, we inadvertently create barriers, distancing ourselves from meaningful interactions and leading to a culture of apathy. This behavior can be seen in various spheres, from personal relationships to societal issues. For instance, the indifference toward climate change and its catastrophic effects on our planet illustrates how disengagement can have far-reaching consequences. Indifference often stems from emotional fatigue or a desire to avoid discomfort. In a world inundated with information, it can be easier to turn a blind eye than to engage with the complexities of reality. This tendency not only hampers personal growth but also diminishes the collective ability to address critical issues. The danger of indifference lies in its insidious nature. It creeps into our daily lives, affecting our decisions and priorities, and can ultimately lead to the erosion of compassion. In contrast, cultivating an awareness of our emotional responses can lead to a more engaged and fulfilling life. By recognizing the impact of indifference, we can strive to replace it with empathy and action. This shift requires courage, as it often means confronting uncomfortable truths and taking responsibility for our role in the world. Ultimately, showing indifference is not just a personal choice, but a societal concern, highlighting the need for connection and understanding in a rapidly changing landscape. Embracing compassion over indifference fosters stronger relationships and a more responsive society, where every voice and experience matters. Number 9. Use "I don't think you can." Statements using "I don't think you can." Statements can be a powerful rhetorical device in both conversation and debate. These phrases often challenge assumptions and provoke thought, encouraging deeper engagement with the topic at hand. When we employ this technique, we are not merely dismissing another's opinion. Instead, we are prompting them to reflect on their stance, consider alternative perspectives, and clarify their reasoning. For instance, in a discussion about climate change, saying, "I don't think you can argue that individual actions don't matter," invites others to explore the significance of personal responsibility alongside systemic change. This approach can shift the focus from generalizations to specific, actionable insights. It fosters an environment where ideas can be examined critically rather than accepted at face value. Moreover, using this phrase can help in conflict resolution by reducing defensiveness. When we frame our skepticism in this way, it becomes less about outright opposition and more about constructive dialogue. For example, in a workplace setting, saying, "I don't think you can say that this new strategy will succeed without proper data," encourages colleagues to substantiate their claims rather than merely asserting them. However, it is essential to wield this tool thoughtfully. Overuse can lead to an adversarial atmosphere, making discussions feel combative. Therefore, balance is key. Pairing. "I don't think you can." Statements with affirmations or questions can create a more collaborative dialogue. For example, "I don't think you can overlook the importance of data, but I'm curious about your thoughts on alternative approaches." This fosters an inclusive atmosphere where all participants feel valued and encouraged to share their ideas. Overall, "I don't think you can" statements, when used judiciously, can enhance communication and drive productive discussions. Number 10. Frame it as their idea. Frame it as their idea is a powerful concept that encourages leaders and facilitators to present ideas in a way that makes team members feel ownership and agency over them. This approach transforms the dynamics of brainstorming and decision-making, shifting the focus from a top-down communication style to a more collaborative and inclusive process. When leaders frame initiatives as emerging from the team, they foster a sense of empowerment and responsibility among members, which can lead to increased motivation and commitment to the task at hand. The process begins with active listening, where leaders not only gather input but also ensure that everyone feels heard and valued. By asking open-ended questions and encouraging dialogue, leaders can guide the conversation in a way that helps individuals articulate their ideas and suggestions. When presenting a proposal or initiative, it's essential to highlight the contributions of the team, framing the idea as a collective effort rather than an edict from above. This technique not only validates team members' input but also cultivates a culture of innovation where diverse perspectives are welcomed and explored. Furthermore, when team members believe that an idea is theirs, they are more likely to invest their time and energy into its success. This ownership can lead to enhanced problem-solving and creativity, as individuals feel a personal stake in the outcome. Leaders who master this technique not only boost team morale, but also drive better results, as the collaborative effort often leads to more effective solutions. Ultimately, framing ideas as the team's own fosters an environment of trust and collaboration, paving the way for a more dynamic and resilient organization. By embracing this approach, leaders can harness the full potential of their teams, creating a culture that thrives on shared ideas and collective success. Number 11. Emphasize the difficulty. In life, facing challenges is often perceived as daunting, yet it is precisely the difficulty of these moments that shapes our resilience and growth. The experience of striving through hardships, whether in academics, career paths, or personal struggles, is universally challenging. It's this difficulty that demands we push beyond our perceived limits, honing our skills and deepening our self-awareness. Often, we encounter tasks that seem insurmountable, pushing us to question our abilities and wonder if we're capable of succeeding. This struggle is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it's an indication of the value embedded in what we're trying to achieve. Easy tasks rarely leave lasting impressions. They don't require us to tap into our core strength, creativity, or resourcefulness. In contrast, difficult endeavors push us to discover new perspectives, develop innovative solutions, and build the mental fortitude necessary to overcome future obstacles. While many may shy away from difficult paths, those who embrace them gain unparalleled experience and wisdom, learning the true essence of persistence and dedication. Moreover, difficulty breeds empathy, as it connects us with others who've endured similar hardships, fostering a sense of shared humanity. By emphasizing the difficulty inherent in challenging situations, we come to realize that these obstacles aren't barriers to success, but rather stepping stones to achieving something greater. Each moment of struggle serves as a testament to our resilience and the growth we experience as we persevere. In the end, the difficulty isn't merely something to be endured. It's an essential component of the journey that makes eventual success more meaningful and rewarding. Number 12. Make It Sound Like a Secret. Make It Sound Like a Secret is the second studio album by the indie rock band Built to Spill, released in 1999. Known for its intricate guitar work, thoughtful lyrics, and emotive storytelling, the album cemented Built to Spill's place as one of the most innovative bands of the 90s indie scene. Produced by Phil Ek, who also worked with artists like Modest Mouse, the album's sound is both dense and layered yet accessible. It moves seamlessly between quieter, introspective moments and high-energy guitar-driven passages, showcasing the versatility and skill of frontman Doug March. The album opens with The Plan, a track that sets the tone with its catchy riffs and philosophical lyrics that question the nature of existence and purpose. Themes of introspection, relationships, and personal growth are explored in songs like Else and You Were Right, where March cleverly weaves in references to classic rock lyrics, creating a dialogue with music history. Perhaps most notable is the band's ability to strike a balance between intricate musicianship and raw emotional authenticity, a rare feat that has allowed the album to resonate with listeners long after its release. Critics have praised Make It Sound Like a Secret for its ambitious compositions and March's distinctive vocal style, which blends vulnerability with conviction. The album remains a high point in Built to Spill's career, celebrated for its ability to create an immersive experience that rewards repeated listening. With its blend of alternative rock influences and introspective lyrics, Make It Sound Like a Secret stands as a quintessential example of 90s indie rock, inspiring fans and musicians alike over 2 decades later. Number 13. Use reverse praise. Reverse praise is a powerful technique often used in teaching, coaching, and leadership to motivate individuals without directly pointing out faults. Instead of focusing on what someone is doing wrong, reverse praise emphasizes what they could be doing right in a non-confrontational manner, subtly guiding them toward improvement. This technique involves recognizing small achievements, potential, or strengths that a person might not yet fully embody. For instance, instead of saying, "You need to pay more attention to detail," you might say, "I can see you really have the potential to spot fine details, and when you apply it fully, your work will really stand out." This approach can be especially effective with individuals who are sensitive to criticism or feel discouraged by negative feedback. By focusing on potential and praising what they could achieve, reverse praise boosts confidence while encouraging self-reflection and growth. It allows individuals to recognize areas for improvement without feeling judged, making them more receptive to change. Reverse praise is also highly adaptable across various contexts, from classrooms and sports teams to workplaces and personal relationships. Leaders and mentors who use this technique often find that it creates a more positive atmosphere and builds trust. For example, in a workplace setting, rather than critiquing an employee's time management, a manager could say, "You have a real knack for managing priorities, and when that shines through, it really makes a difference in team productivity." This simple reframing plants the idea of improvement in a positive, supportive way. Overall, reverse praise encourages progress by focusing on strengths and potential, creating a constructive environment for growth and motivation without resorting to direct criticism. To wrap up our video on How to Win the Mind Game Reverse Psychology Strategies for 2024, let's recap some key points. Reverse psychology isn't just about getting someone to do the opposite of what you say. It's about understanding people's natural inclinations and leveraging that insight to encourage decisions that align with your goals. By applying subtle persuasion techniques like presenting limited choices or showing indifference, you can create situations where others feel more in control, even as they lean towards the outcome you desire. Remember, these strategies should be used responsibly and ethically. Building authentic connections is ultimately more powerful and lasting than manipulation. When applied thoughtfully, reverse psychology can help you communicate more effectively, navigate complex situations, and even foster cooperation in both personal and professional contexts. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insights on navigating the mind game in 2024. See you in the next video.